This story is brought to you by tapeatale.com.
It was a tough decision to tell his story, but the more I stare at his nameplate stuck neatly on my notice board, the more angry I get of how easily you have forgotten him. The letters in white engraved onto the black plate say CB Dwivedi in capital letters in English and in Hindi. Every year I come across so many articles on the heroes of the Kargil war, and not once have I found his name. Trust me, I've waited with patience over 16 years. He's the reason I picked up journalism. He's the reason I want to make a difference without expecting anything in return from the world. So his story will be told today by me because his life wasn't a waste and you better thank him for the life you're living. He served the Indian Army for 18 years. Today you can become a colonel in that much time. I wonder what post he would be at today if he was around. Major C.B. Dwivedi, an officer who didn't have time to sleep during war. He never forgot to write a letter to his family, faking his well being oh so perfectly, even during war. His last letter to my mother went something like this: Dear Bhavna, sweet kiss. A lot of news shown on TV is true, but a lot of it is false. So don't believe in it completely, just believe in God. This was 2 days before he sacrificed his life for the country. Daddy was a complete family man, and our mother was the boss of the house. But it's him who had spoiled her. Even when he would call from Srinagar, he would say, Chota baby kahan hai? And we would call mummy quickly. Doesn't mean he wasn't a doting father. He used to plan his leaves around our exams. We were so dependent upon him that my sister didn't know how to do as little as prepare for her exams without him. Army is a profession. Actually, it's more than that. It's a way of life. It's like giving a job to someone worth $1 million and telling him that, hey, you might just die tomorrow. Even for $1 million, you may not find many takers. So it takes a lot to choose army as a profession. But once in the academy, you also get a chance to choose a fighting art or any other. So it takes a lot to choose to be on the front and take the bullet for your countrymen. And my father did exactly that. He picked up artillery. He was a gunner. I still fail to understand how he sounded so carefree in his letters amidst all the chaos during the Kargil war. I remember calling us from the satellite phone and talking about the bad weather in the background. I'm yet to come across a selfless man as him. Seriously, the day I find him, I will marry him. Early morning of 14th May 99, I still remember, was when 315 Field Regiment was deployed to Dras. The Kargil conflict was indeed a shocker for all of us. It was the most unexpected war in the Indian history. My mother, my sister, and I had just gone to see Daddy for our summer vacation. The surprise was we only got 12 hours with him. He mentioned that in one of his letters on my mom, where he says, even though the meeting was short, only 12 hours, it was really nice seeing you. I'll see you guys soon. The harsh truth is, we never saw him again. Had we known that they were the last 12 hours we were spending with him, we would probably spend it differently. We wouldn't sleep. My father was a true romantic, a true comedian, a true chef sometimes, a true father, but before all of this, he was a true soldier. His Jawans loved him, for he was the one motivating factor they had in their life during war. Until he was behind 315, the unit suffered only 2 casualties during the Kargil war. In fact, 315 was the first artillery unit to be inducted into the war zone. Daddy was the officiating second in command during that time. There was absolutely no information about the positioning of the army enemies. The army was sent to the war zone blindly. With the responsibility of infantry units over their shoulders, 315 often faced two choices at night. Either you stop firing and wait till morning in your bunkers or tents, or keep firing and protect the infantry units. My father mostly chose the latter. The artillery didn't have bunkers, they were staying in tents, and gunners don't have much choice to hide when they are firing, because they are sitting right at the top of their artillery guns facing the enemy, looking at them eye to eye. That's where my daddy sat, right at the top, fearlessly. I remember my sister and I had seen Daddy commanding an operation in Uri once. We were too young to understand What a terrific leader he was. That day he came back because the enemy had waved the white flag to declare peace. He was always a winner. In the Kargil war, he sat at the gunner's position and continued firing facing the enemies. This was when a shell landed right next to him. He was hit on his arm. He realized that. But what he didn't realize was that some of them had pierced his arm and entered his body from the sides. In the heat of war, a soldier doesn't feel his pain. Maybe that was the reason. As a result, he suffered a lot of internal bleeding, but kept thinking it's just his arm. Our world came shattering down with the news on the 2nd of July 99. We were a young bunch of kids to him, including my mother. She was only 34 then. But his spirit in some way picked us up every time we fell. It's been 16 years to that day, and I just want to say, my father, my hero, I salute you.